What's going on, guys? Today is a newer kind of episode. I've never done this before, but I know you guys have all heard about the recent rumors and talks about how Demarcus Cousins, John Wall, and Eric Bledsoe have all wanted to play on the same team from some time or another, but they all want to go to each other's respective teams. Cousins wants Wall and Bledsoe to come to the Kings. Bledsoe wants Wall and Cousins to come to the Suns, and Wall wants Bledsoe and Cousins come to the Wizards. But I took it upon myself and I brought them to the Wizards, and I wanted to see what would happen if they all three did play on the same team. Here's what I did. I didn't actually do it in my league because it wouldn't go through and there'd be no way, but Bradley Beal got traded for Eric Bledsoe and maybe some picks or something. Demarcus Cousins traded for Marcin Gortat and probably 2 first-rounders or something like that. I don't know if I want to toy with this roster because honestly their bench is awful. Like, I've never realized how terrible the Wizards bench was, but it's awful. It's terrible. It's really bad. But I just wanted to see what would happen if John Wall, Eric Bledsoe, and Cousins all play on the same team. I don't know if I should make any trades to try to make this roster better because it's pretty awful right now. Try to improve their bench a little bit. I think I'm going to, because I really want this to look good on their part, because I think they could be a good trio. I think it would be a very good trio. Plus they have Otto Porter there too, so that's not bad to have either. I'm going to try to improve the bench a little bit. Nothing too spectacular, but this is just terrible. So I don't know what I should do first. I honestly did not know that their bench was this awful. I'm just gonna straight grab. No, I don't want that. I'm just gonna straight grab Kyle Quinn and move him to power forward. That would probably make it a little bit better than what they have right now. Or Ian Mahimi to power forward. I'll do him, why not? Hopefully he moves up. If he does it, he went to a 78 overall. Holy moly. Okay, so we'll keep him at power forward and Kyle Quinn at center position. Maybe I'll make one more trade. Try to make this roster look a little bit better. Ian Mahimi starts now, so okay. At the power forward position, and Morris and Kyle Quinn come off the bench. I'm gonna make it a 9-man rotation. And Scott Brooks is the head coach. So I just want to change this up. Trey Burke, and let's just see if we can grab someone different than these two. This is probably gonna be the last trade I'm making in. Wizards made some weird signings this offseason, some questionable signings I didn't really understand. JR off the bench. I mean, none of this probably would make any sense if JR was on the Wizards, considering he just signed a load contract. So maybe just maybe just a little something like this, I think is the best decision. And I think this is the final trade I'll be making. Probably move Kyle Quinn to power forward. Or actually, I think we have too many big men now. Because I forgot, Marcus Morris got moved to bench. I totally forgot about that. So maybe we gotta trade one of these centers and that'll be it. For a shooting guard, maybe Zaza. I don't think it makes much sense for him to be on this roster. Oh, I have that thing on, so hold on. I don't like that restriction thing. So This is the last trade actually I'll be making, even though I just said this. Quincy Pondexter, why not? Come to the team. Alright, so this is the lineup we'll be rolling with. So what would happen if John Wall, Bledsoe, and Cousins teamed up? What would happen? And their bench is decent, so it's all on them mostly. So let's just simulate up to November 23rd and see what happens. So they take an L, take 2 L's, take 3 L's. Oh my, okay. Alright, so 2K is not, 2K, I think 2K is just like terrible at simulations or something. So I think this team could be doing a lot better than that. So they're 7-6. So let's just keep going. To the loss of the Spurs. They get a win against the Spurs and the Thunder. Pretty impressive. So it's actually looking pretty good. They're actually on. They've lost. I think they lost twice in the last 10 games or so. Okay, now they're starting to. All right, now they're back on track. All right, so they're 18-13. Let's look at the stats. So John Wall is leading the team. Eric Bledsoe, 17. Cousins with 19 and 11. So actually, this would be a pretty crazy duo, or trio, not duo, if this did happen. But let's just keep with the simulation. Let's simulate all the way up to the trade deadline. So they're 20-14 now. They're 4th in the Eastern Conference. Do I think these three could win a championship? Potentially yes, but on 2K probably not. It would probably have to, well, you know, maybe, you never know. 2K, they sometimes would give the 76ers a championship, probably. Those 2K simulations are pretty terrible sometimes. But yeah, the Wizards would definitely be much better, and these three teaming up would be crazy for the league. I know Cousins is probably not happy in Sacramento. I wouldn't think he would be. I mean, he is a great, in my opinion, the best center in the NBA, and he has not even been in a playoff game. That is crazy to me. Sacramento, he's just wasting his talent in Sacramento. I said Sacramento. It's Sacramento, in my opinion. And John Wall with the Wizards, they haven't been good the past 2 seasons, or this past season. Mostly because Bradley Beal hasn't been doing his thing. So 32-23 at the All-Star break. I want to see who would be All-Stars. I forgot how you check that. All-Star participants. So John Wall would be an All-Star. Cousins would be an All-Star. Would Eric Bledsoe be an All-Star? He would not be an All-Star. So, alright, that's all I wanted to look at. So let's just go ahead and simulate to April 6th. So they could be a 50-win team, potentially. I think they could be. But like I said, Eric Bledsoe, also with his situation in the Suns, they're getting better, but it's taking time for them. Eric Bledsoe is a good point guard. I think he'd be good on a different. I don't know. I wouldn't know what to do with Eric Bledsoe. John Wall is fine with the Wizards, although I've heard trade talks about him too. But Cousins is a definite must leave Sacramento. He needs to get out of Sacramento. He is wasting his talent there. So they did win so they have 51 wins and 28 losses. Let's just simulate this. These last 2 games against Miami, we lose to Miami and we lose to Detroit. So 51-30, the 3rd seed in the East. So, and they lose to Miami again, but it looks like we kept the 3rd seed. Westbrook wins MVP. Ben Simmons wins Rookie of the Year. Clarkson wins 6th Man of the Year. Hey, yeah, that trade with Bledsoe probably changed the outcome of Brandon Knight wins 6th Man of the Year. Andre Drummond wins Defensive Player of the Year, and Russell wins Most Improved, and Terry Stotts wins Coach of the Year with the Blazers. None of our guys make the All-NBA first team. Nope, no All-NBA second team either, and no All-NBA third team. I did. John Wall makes all defensive first team, and that's it. So let's look at the end of the year stats and see if they changed any. So John Wall with 22, Cousins with 19, and Bledsoe with 17 instead, and Porter with 12. Morris is averaging more than Mahimi off the bench. Okay, so let's just go ahead and simulate these playoffs. I don't know if we could win a championship. I think they could be like a conference championship team. I just don't know if they'd win it. I think they could be. So let's simulate one game at a time against the Milwaukee Bucks. We shouldn't have any problems against the Bucks, I don't think. They won 42 games and we won 51. And it looks like we're going to sweep. Oh, nope. Okay, so next we have the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now this would be a problem for the Wizards to run into. I think the Cavaliers are no doubt the best team in the East. I don't know who's going to challenge them for a while, but this would definitely be a team that could. They have LeBron, Kyrie, Love, and Tristan Thompson. It's not looking good for the East for a while if that team stays together but the Bulls, I think the Bulls could potentially challenge them, but they literally just got eliminated by Atlanta Hawks. So well, let's just see what we can do against the Cleveland Cavaliers. We lose. Let's go Simcast each game. I don't know if we can take a game or not. No, we do not. All right. So those were both in their house. So let's see if we can turn around at our house. We're looking good so far. And they take the lead and we lose again. So let's see what this team is doing. Cousins' numbers are down in the playoffs, which isn't good. And John Wall's numbers are up. So that's a big problem. But this also would be Cousins' first time in the playoffs, so maybe he's a little nervous. I don't know. He shouldn't be because he's a great player. Let's just see. I could possibly see us getting swept against the Cavs, and that's the way it's looking. Or are we making a comeback? And we get swept by the Cleveland Cavaliers. So definitely, this team would definitely be a contender, but I don't know if they'd actually be like a contender or pretender. So this was the end of the playoff statistics, I believe. Cousins didn't carry his weight in the playoffs. If he were to do that, I think that they could definitely maybe even give the Cavs a run for the money in a series. But guys, that's the end of this episode. I'm going to do more scenarios like this as rumors come along. This is just one of those famous rumors I've been hearing about for a while. I know Cousins has been in numerous trade talks for the past few seasons, and I just wanted to see if this team could be different with these three, and it was kind of the case, but they didn't make a push for the championship. But that's it, guys. That's all I have to have for this video, and this is Crushables, and I'm saying peace.